Wow, guys, Kamala Harris went on The View, and her reasoning on why she lost the election has the audience freaking out. You guys gotta check this video out.
Wherever you go now?
Well, you know, a lot of people are coming up to me crying, actually.
Crying, yeah. I would be crying.
Yeah, but that was just me.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Well, it's
Hi, guys.
hey,
Hi.
you know,
Hi.
this is just wild to have you here today.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful to see you.
It's good to be with you guys. Thank
Good.
And really quick, guys, I don't mean to pause the video so early, but this book, 107 Days of Pure Excuses, the book that nobody asked for. Spoiler alert, Americans chose Trump over trauma. That's exactly what's going on here. Make sure you guys liking the video. I want to let this one play out. And if I chime in, just, let me know in the comments.
Because
Thank
it's
you.
been almost a year since the election.
Yes.
We're going to get into everything that's been going on since. You look good.
Thank you. That's very kind. I'm getting some sleep these days.
How are you?
I am well. Thank you for asking. I am well. I feel very blessed. My family is well. And, in spite of everything that's happening in the world, I don't have any complaints.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
You know?
Well, let me take you back a little bit. There seemed to be so much momentum after President Biden stepped aside. There was a renewed sense of hope for Democrats, honestly, for everyone. It felt like there was this great option. Money was pouring into the tune of $1 billion. There were huge crowds at your events. And then election night came.
Yeah.
And it was 2016 all over again. And there's even a picture in the book that shows you and your husband when it appeared things weren't going quite the way maybe many of us had thought. What was going through your mind as the results came in?
So that chapter in the book was probably one of the most difficult things that I had to reflect on and write about. In fact, Doug and I, my husband, it wasn't until I was writing that chapter that we had ever talked about election night.
Oh,
We had never talked about election
it
night.
felt traumatic.
It was that traumatic. We had never talked about election night. So I'm writing it and I'm thinking about it. And, and there were a number of people who I could kind of like, what was your, like the different perspectives of a moment. And that's when Doug told me that he had been out campaigning with my brother-in-law in Pennsylvania, and we met back up in D.C. And I remember him being a little out of sorts, but there was so much happening. But on his way back from a rally where there was an incredible amount of enthusiasm, people on the ground were like, we got it, we're going to do this. And then they talked with a mutual friend of ours who was over at Fox News in the war room.
Listen.
Who had been hearing about data that suggested things were not looking
We're not looking great, right? What do you guys think? Do you think she needed to hear that? Do you think this may have been something that she already knew? Because I pray to God she wasn't that delusional, thinking that she actually had a chance to beat Trump. Just listen to these crying excuses. Then she has these view clowns listen to her and back at her. But wait, just wait.
great in Pennsylvania. And the way I write about it, I mean, my poor husband, so he didn't want to put that on me. He went upstairs and he basically went in the shower and prayed that it was not going to be a bad night. And it was, my family was there, everybody was there. I've always on election night done family and friends and dinner. But that night, I grieved in a way that I have not since my mother died. And the pain was, it was not at all about losing a race. I knew what it was going to mean for the country. I was going to say for the family.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt, for the country.
We all agreed.
I knew what it was going to mean, but I knew.
Yeah.
And all I could say over and over again is, my God, my God, my God. It was very difficult. I know everyone many people experienced it in different ways. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I was at that Philadelphia rally the night before, and I was
Yeah.
sitting behind your husband, Doug, and Maya and your family. And I remember hugging them and them telling me, we got this. I felt so good going into Election Day. And then I read in the book that you did too. I went into Election Day thinking you were going to win.
Yeah.
So did you.
Yeah, I did.
So, I mean, it was a very tight race, but ultimately, if you have to
Delusional.
pin it down to one thing, what was the primary reason, do you think, that you lost?
There are many factors, I think, that played into the outcome of that election. But I think probably one of the biggest in my mind is we just didn't have enough time.
You didn't have
We didn't have enough time. We didn't have enough time.
Oh, yeah. Well, you didn't.
And, I mean, one of the reasons I wrote the book is this is unprecedented. Think about this.
Yeah.
That there's a race for president of the United States. The current sitting president is running for re-election. 3.5 months from the election, he decides not to run. The sitting vice president then takes the mantle, running against a former president of the United States who had been running for 10 years with 107 days until the election. And by the way,
So look, just listen, guys. 107 days or 107 years. She would have never beaten Trump. It's crazy that she wants to bring up all this stuff, but she doesn't want to talk about the $1.5 billion spent. She doesn't want to talk about the censorship that a lot of people on different platforms experienced. I'm one of those people. When she was running and you make a video about her calling her out, I don't even know how to say this without getting censored just from saying this, but we were censored. Like, this stuff is real. They didn't want Trump in office, and she had a full house. If we're playing poker, she had a full house. Everybody thought she was gonna win until the data started coming out. And then everybody wants to play delusional. Like, how are we losing? Yeah, you're right. How are you losing? You had a $1.5 billion. Now you're looking for every excuse. Oh, I had 107 days against a guy that's been running for 10 years. Come on, man. America didn't need a Kamala Harris. America needed results. And who's the guy to count on? Who's the guy that you call when you need results? Kamala Harris, 107 years, 207 years, 507 years, 1,000 years to prepare, and you still wouldn't have won that race. I don't care how you cut this pie. I don't care how you look at it. I don't care. I don't care how many heckling clowns you got with you. I don't. You wouldn't have won this race. I'm sorry. What do you guys think? Do you think she had any chance? Man, ice water got a better chance in hell than her winning.
another piece of what is unprecedented and a bit historical about that race, it is the closest presidential race in the 21st century in terms of the outcome.
Wow.
Yeah.
The closest.
Say that again, because he likes to say over and over again he's got a mandate.
And that's part of why I wrote this book, because history will talk about this race. It is part of American history. And it was important to me that when history is written, that my voice be present about what that experience is.
A lot of people, I'm included, and President Biden also, think that a lot of it is about racism and sexism. And those are the reasons that you really lost, not because of the time thing. What do you say to that? Do you think this country will ever elect a woman president? In my lifetime, probably not.
I beg to differ. I believe that we will. And listen, you know this, and I've been honored to be on this show many times and talk with this esteemed group. Every office I've held, I've been the first.
Yeah.
Usually the first woman, and then often the first woman and the first person of color. The only time actually I was the second, when I was the second Black woman ever elected to the United States Senate in its hundreds of years history. So I'm not naive. Race and gender do play a factor in some people's minds about how they vote. But my history tells me, because I have been the first in all of those, that people ultimately want to know that this is the best person to do the job, and that's their focus, and that's how I've always run. I've never run.
And that right there is where we end the video at, because she proves everybody wrong. Exactly, Kamala Harris. The best person for the job was Trump, and that's why you lost. Race, gender did not play a factor. History won't remember Kamala Harris as the first woman president. It's going to remember her as the person Trump got elected again, and America was a great place to live in. Let me know what you guys think about the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know what you act to. We're out.